Hello, Starwalkers. I'm William Henry. Welcome to Starwalker Cafe. This is your gathering place for a voyage of discovery where we'll enjoy conversations and presentations about the topics that capture our imagination most. Angels and aliens, higher consciousness, personal empowerment and transformation, and all that we can do to right the mothership Earth. Millions of people who have watched Ancient Aliens on the History Channel know me as the spiritual guy on the show. In over 200 episodes, we have documented stories found in cultures the world over and going back many thousands of years that tell of extraterrestrials influencing human affairs and accelerating human evolution. Over the years, the show has become a global phenomena, and I've met many thousands of fans literally all over the world. Their energy is absolutely contagious, and they tell me they expand every time they watch the show. It brings their family together. It provides common ground. It alters their perception. They begin to think in new ways and make new connections. But mostly, they want to connect with one another too. Over the years, I more and more began to specialize in stories of humans going out there and connecting with other worlds and otherworldly beings. They have become Starwalkers, to use the ancient Egyptian term in the title of my 2006 book, Starwalkers and the Dimension of the Blessed. From the Sumerians to the Egyptians to the Buddhist, Jewish, and Christian and Islamic religious traditions, there are amazing accounts of humans who have contacted otherworldly beings and ventured into other worlds beyond Earth. How can humans go there? Well, the Essenes knew. This tribe of primarily Jewish and Buddhist mystics claimed they were not only living with angels and having close encounters with these beings, but that these otherworldly beings brought a teaching that enabled them to travel with them into other worlds. This is a close encounter of the ninth kind, human transformation into angels. A related question is, what was it that the ancient visitors and avatars were teaching that could make our here and now a better place and more like we believe the higher worlds are actually like? This is where Starwalker Cafe comes in. The ancients spoke of inner work that helps us to transcend the challenges of Earth life and to connect with other worlds and other beings. Breath work, chanting, meditation, yoga, prayer, visiting power places, visualization, all have been taught for thousands of years. History is also filled with references to psychoactive wine, beers, brews, elixirs, and potions used to transcend time and to reach higher states of consciousness where ancient ancestors can be contacted and where the gods are real and can be talked to. Many cultures tell of the use of sacred plants to heal the human body, expand our consciousness, and to make contact with otherworldly beings. I've researched this topic for nearly 2 decades now, and then I finally decided it was time for me to personally experience the potential of these medicines. They strengthen our spirit, they make us more resilient, they provide powerful guidance. In a journey, I met with a divine feminine presence who inspired me to create my own brand of entheogenic self-care products. Entheogens are substances that awaken the divine within, and they're becoming more and more available today as a viable way to transform us as individuals and to move forward as a species. And I was trying to move forward with my idea and my inspiration, but I felt a bit stuck. And knowing that it's possible to contact anyone from the past in this mind space, I decided to reach out for help. And incredibly, Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple Computer, came to me, listened to my story and said, "Dude, that's $1 billion brand." And I was like, wow, well, how do you do that? And he just looked at me and said, "You go public." So a few months later, I'm at a party and a gentleman comes up to me and he says, "Aren't you that Ancient Aliens guy?" And he introduced himself and said he was a big fan of the show. And we got to talking, and he tells me that entheogens, particularly ayahuasca, greatly helped him on his journey. He had formed a public company devoted to helping people through these products. And the company, he said, is called Sibbanac. It's cannabis spelled backwards. And the kicker for me was that the stock symbol for Sibbanac is SNNC. Phonetically, this is Essenic, like the Essenes. I mean, I swear you can't make this stuff up. And so here we are, starting the Starwalker Cafe, and I'd like to introduce you to Mr. David Mersky, the CEO of Sibbanac. David, welcome to the Starwalker Cafe.
Thank you very much.
So happy to be here. I mean, I am such a big believer and synchronicities in meeting you at that party, and all of a sudden this connection unfolds was just truly amazing. So tell us a little bit about your backstory, your background.
I think it is divine intervention myself, William, and it's been a great honor to develop this relationship with you and to be on this path that we are embarking upon to bring the knowledge and light and intelligence and based on your experience to the world. In about 2017, I had never had experience with psychedelics in my life, and I had the opportunity, which was life-changing, to experience ayahuasca for the first time. And it was a life-changing event for me. And luckily enough, it was only within about 6 months after that I had the chance to be welcomed into Sibbanac by the original people who formed the company, who asked me to take it over and take it onto a new path. And it took us a little bit of time, but here we are on this path, and we are ready to bring products and knowledge to people, to give them products and develop this into a real ship of intelligence as we move into the future together.
Yeah, absolutely. And now is the time. I mean, people need more than what they're getting right now for healing, for personal transformation, for connection. They've, as I said earlier, they've known all about otherworldly beings and connection, deceased ancestors, loved ones, and they want to make that connection, and they can. And that's part of the beauty of these products in this space. And that's a personal side of it, but the business side of psychedelics is something you're also very familiar with, the legal side of it, the business, what's going on there.
Very entrenched in it, and I'm very knowledgeable about the legal side of products that are coming online. Of course, some things are still restricted, but there are a number of products that we can offer to people now in the mushroom space, in the cannabis space, that are legal to sell across the country and internationally in some places. And so it's a great opportunity in terms of timing as the world starts to wake up to the ascension process and what's going on. And so I think that's also wonderful in terms of the timing that we're coming together to be able to offer this to people at this time.
Right, and then it's also, it's not just an opportunity for people to participate in the intellectual learning, the presentations, the workshops we'll be offering in the Starwalker Cafe, but also to utilize the products for transformation. But the beauty here too is this is an OTC stock. It's going to go nothing but up. We're creating this ship of dreams, and we need people to come on and to help us build this ship.
It's a great time for people to come take a look at us, to see what we're doing, what we're offering, because it's a nascent space. It's a couple of $1 billion that are being spent experimentally in the psychedelic space now. But the future is really far and beyond what we're seeing. And the projections are, in the billions of dollars just in the next few years. And given the what's going on in the development of legalization, with recreational use of cannabis and other substances, it's a great time to come and to be able to offer this to people and to the public for the first time. And it really doesn't matter what background you come from or what your belief systems may be. What really brings people together in our space is that it's universal, and that no matter what you come from, there's a space here for you to be able to come together and learn, and we're all in this together.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it. It's kind of the open arms approach with the boat. It's a boat of higher consciousness, but there are people, we've met medical doctors, we've met kind of artists that are out there working on their own in their home laboratory or wherever, developing tinctures, developing products. We want to hear from you. We want you to come on board. Send us what your hopes, dreams, and desires are, because this isn't a ship that's a one-hit wonder. We're going to be creating something that's going to elevate consciousness by creating a massive boat, and we need lots of developers.
Absolutely. And as a boat, this vehicle as a public company is really set up perfectly to be able to bring in new people that can offer products. It's a wonderful platform. And again, a great time to be able to encompass all of these things that people are bringing to take this journey with us.
And so in the coming months, we'll be having more conversations with David. David will be offering insights into the business of psychedelics, what's going on legally, updates in that regard, and more. We'll be bringing guests on, interviews with notables in this field, many whom you know, some who you might not be familiar with, that are going to educate you about this space and talk about the entheogens and the importance of them individually and again for our society. And we're just tremendously excited to welcome you all aboard the good ship Sibbanac. So please stay tuned. and we'll look forward to this mighty voyage with you. Thank you, David, very much.
Thank you.